Hi everyone, my name is Sinead. I'm the founder of SRC Health. We, over the past 12 years, have produced the largest maternity compression range in the world. This range is quite revolutionary. We have a pregnancy range, a recovery range, and we also have a surgical range for both men and women. All our products are designed by women for women, and the pregnancy and the recovery range were also designed in consultation with a leading Melbourne obstetrician. They're also endorsed by the Australian Physiotherapy Association, and they're recommended by healthcare professionals worldwide. Today I'm here to talk about our latest product. It's called SRC Restore. We're very excited about it. It was designed specifically for women who suffer with mild stress urinary incontinence and also mild bladder and uterine prolapse. The new SRC Restore product is quite revolutionary. It was produced in response to physiotherapists anecdotally saying that our pregnancy and recovery range had significantly affected or positively affected women with stress urinary incontinence and mild prolapse. So then we went about and produced a product specific to this that again could be worn 24/7, was easy to get on and off, super comfortable, and it treats the symptoms of stress urinary incontinence and prolapse. So it treats the cause more than the symptom. And the way it does that is that it provides a proprioceptive feedback loop to the muscles of the pelvic floor. So it reminds them to remain active, and that's what decreases women's level of stress urinary incontinence and prolapse. The product development process was quite extensive, and it took approximately 2 years. We knew that we had already fabulous products to work with, so it was combining the previous R&D and making this product something that was really functional, really comfortable, and that women, like the other products, could just go and wear every day and not know that it was on. So we had to combine components of different products to produce the ultimate product for stress urinary incontinence and mild prolapse. Well, after obviously an extensive period of time tweaking what we already had and producing what we felt was going to be superior with respect to comfort and function, we then went about testing it. So we looked on Facebook, we advertised on Facebook, and to women who already had some level of incontinence or some mild incontinence and some level of or prolapse. And the response was absolutely overwhelming. We actually had to shut the ad down 24 hours in, because we just couldn't cope with the number of women that wanted to participate in the study. With the study itself, we used the incontinence questionnaire, which looked at levels of incontinence but also quality of life and how their incontinence or prolapse affected their quality of life. We wanted to establish a baseline because that was important to us. So all of the women that were included in the study, they filled out this questionnaire for a 3-week period, and that established their own baseline. Then we provided them with the garment and asked them to wear it as much as they possibly could in 24 hours for a number of weeks. And they then again answered the questionnaire every week for 4 weeks. And from that, we then compared their results to the baseline measurement. Like all our products, the SRC Restore product is also made up of a number of support panels. The compression is targeted, so we talk about anatomical support panels. So they're targeted to a specific anatomical region. So with this product, it's got single layer of the leg, like the other products. It comes in one length, which is the mini length. Then next to that, you've got the gusset panel. The gusset panel is in triplicate. So you have one layer of the shell fabric and two layers of the open hole mesh lining. Those layers are, they're cut differently so that you get what we call true cross compression. So during movement, for instance, you don't get waxing and waning of the compression to that area. So the compression is maintained and sustained over time. Then you've got the top panel that comes up to the waist. That's double. So one layer of the outer fabric or shell and one layer of the open hole mesh lining, and exactly the same on the back. So that gives really nice abdominal, lower abdominal and back support, so that the three anatomical panels work in conjunction with one another to completely stabilize the pelvis. But then of course you've got that added compression to the perineum, and that's what creates again the proprioceptive feedback loop to the pelvic floor muscles, so that the pelvic floor muscles are reminded to be active, and that's what helps with stress urinary incontinence and prolapse. SRC Restore is so different to anything else in the marketplace. We believe that it deals with the cause of incontinence and not so much the symptom, and that's what our focus always was. It's not a pad. It's a product that produces activity in the pelvic floor muscles by way of a proprioceptive feedback loop. So if you provide continuous compression, gentle grade 1 level of compression to the perineum, by the process of a proprioceptive feedback loop, you will get activity in the pelvic floor muscles. And that is what has helped these women have less symptoms with urinary stress incontinence and the feeling of pressure and bulging from mild uterine prolapse. The results were nothing short of outstanding, to be honest. They even shocked us. The women, their quality of life improved, and it was shown to be statistically significant. And also their incontinence improved, and that was also statistically significant. The other thing that women talked about was the comfort level of the garment. They were really, really happy with the comfort level. So for us, we were thrilled because we were again going to bring something to the market that nobody else had achieved. These products will work for a number of women because, well, not because, but during the trial process, we tested women that had mild stress urinary incontinence, and I guess I really want to reiterate that. We didn't include women who had severe urinary incontinence in our study. So we can't really say whether it's going to work for those women, but we can, I guess, categorically say that it will work for women with a mild to moderate stress urinary incontinence and mild uterine or bladder prolapse. If anyone buys a product and they're not completely satisfied, we at SRC Health have always had 100% money back guarantee. We ask no questions, so if you are unhappy with your product for any reason, or it hasn't functioned in the way that you wanted it to function, then we're more than happy to take the product back and give you a refund.